Are illegal immigrants crossing the border who test positive for coronavirus being prevented from coming into the country? Watch the answer she gives where she pivots. Instead, Joe, it's a yes or no answer, right? Pretty simple question.
Yeah. Easy
if you test positive for coronavirus and you're trying to enter the country illegally, can you come in or not? It's binary, folks. It's binary. It's a yes or a no answer. It's a 0 or a 1 in digital format, okay? There's no need to overcomplicate this. We don't need a Schrodinger's cat here. There's no quantum mechanics involved. She can't answer the question. Listen to her dance around this and try to blame the Republican governor of Texas. Check this out.
The other piece is the question about the testing of migrants at the border, or testing of migrants as they are coming across. And we have DHS and FEMA have stepped in and worked with local mayors, NGOs, and public health officials in Texas to implement a system to provide COVID-19 testing and, as needed, isolation and quarantine for families released from Border Patrol facilities. Their proposal and agreement would cover 100% of the expense of the testing, isolation, and quarantine. But Governor Abbott has decided to reject that. So there's a lot of confusion about these issues, and I just wanted to provide a little point of clarity here.
It's hilarious. That's hilarious. You're trying to provide clarity by unclarifying the clarity you were trying to provide. Is that what there was a yes or no question? And she dances around that. Well, here's how we're going to provide the funding for the testing and possible isolation and so we are letting people in. Was that what you're saying? So people are entering the country illegally in violation of our laws. They're walking in illegally. They're not supposed to be here. And you are admitting them in, and then we're testing and isolating and quarantining. So we're letting them into the country. I thought this was a major national global pandemic, international catastrophe that they want to blame Trump on. Trump didn't understand the severity, 500,000 people dead. Maybe we should secure the border and not let people in then who could be carrying the virus. Sounds like a good idea, no? Sounds like a good idea? Mm-hmm. Or encourage them to enter the country the legal way so we can check who people are, if they're sick or not. Maybe a good idea. No. They want to dance around the question. And in case you're a liberal watching the show and you're saying, Dan, you're over-dramatizing this crisis. There's only 100,000 people a month entering the country illegally. Not a big deal compared to the 30,000 a month last year when Trump was in charge. Checking my math, Joe, that's over 3 times. Yes, over 3 times. It's not a big deal. Look at this video. There's not a lot of sound to it, so I'm going to talk you through it if you're listening on audio only. We cut about 20 seconds of it. The video goes on a bit. Here is a video of a line, a packed crowd of people. You have no idea who these people are. You have no idea if they're a national security threat. You have no idea if it's a potential criminal threat. You have no idea who these people are. What potential, what if they're sick or they're not. You have no idea. Here is a line of people looking to enter the United States being smuggled into the country. Check this out. If this doesn't disturb you, I don't care about your party affiliation. I don't know what will. Look at this. How can you, how do you watch that? Yeah, wow is right for all the wrong reasons. Forward and backwards. Wow, W-O-W. What are we watching? What are we looking at here? This is the United States of America. We have a legal immigration process. Is it efficient? No, my wife went through it. Can we fix it? Of course, we can always fix it. This is not national security. This is not a country. Remember, what's the definition of a country, right? Well, if you had bullet points about what a country was, I think the first bullet point would be some defined national borders. No, if you don't have national borders, you don't have a country, you have a suggestion. How is that a border, what you just saw? Please explain to me in 25 words or less how that constitutes a border. That's not even a suggestion. Yet I thought coronavirus was a big global pandemic we were all supposed to be terrified about, to the point we were locking down our businesses, driving our kids, tragically in some cases, to suicide by isolating them in quarantine so they can't talk to their friends despite the low risk. But yet when it comes to the southern border, everybody's just allowed in. Forget the legal immigration process. No worries there. Are we checking people? Oh, I'm just going to blame Governor Abbott. Are we letting him in the country? Maybe, maybe not. We'll talk about that later kind of a thing. I'll circle back.